chattering teeth, that frost-burnt skin. Looks like someone just checked Cloister off their sightseeing list.
Wouldn't say I'm sightseeing here, but let's go.
I ain't freezing, I ain't baking it, I ain't freezing, I ain't baking it.
Alright, I've finished Marisol's quest. So I think we're gonna work on 52.
Have an update about that. Personal matter. You know, the one that might, end the universe. The other universe-ending thing. Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Boujol's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity. I wholly agree. I pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later. Did you need something?
Let's do it now.
May all our travails add to the equation.
What's up, Dribrom? What's up, J-Deal? Alright, let me put that in my quest. She said Dorado, I think is where she said. I take Niles or Valerie? Probably Niles. I can have a tank this time around.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return? The Protectorate
I think
have
Anchor
only
Hold is where those two ladies were. The ones who were locked in the room, like reading books. It's the chest and all out of here. honestly don't remember. No, they're on another floor.
Oh, I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying.
They were
We
totally
should
alive
find a
when I
way
went here
inside.
last time.
There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now.
There were 2 anchorites in there earlier. I only see 1 body.
They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something, at least. We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to.
I agree. Blunt force trauma. He flipped past hundreds of dense entries full of calculations and notes of arguments. Chow was apparently working on for future debates before finding something relevant to your investigation. Later entries mention visits by an exemplar Southworth, who claimed evidence of interventional means to shortcut the solving of the universal equation. Old Order research station near Paradise Island, named Point Obviation. We should keep looking. That's not enough for you. Ah, there's a note. Department of Preemptive Casual Redirection.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
The body was Anchor's Chow.
Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloistermate Anchor's Brun has some explaining to do.
Did you see the manifesto?
A disputation of current order methodology focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the Laureate Council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly.
Well, there's references to research at Winter's Grasp.
I saw that. I believe it was Anchor's Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station.
Any idea where they went?
That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden. Place by the name of Point Obviation. I don't know what happened to Anchor's Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious. And the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the Order. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
What do you have in mind?
This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
Copy that.
Yes. Time to seek out Anchorus Brunn.
Back to Eden. At least I remember how to get back to the elevator this time. Oh, I am about ready for cup of coffee number 2. I gotta remember to order more coffee on Amazon today. I wish you could snap to, like, toggle. Oh, damn it. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, we're off to Eden. Just realized there was different landing areas. I never noticed. I guess I haven't been back to Eden since I left. I'm guessing that other location was where I was supposed to go, because it's pointing me back to the ship. So I'm guessing that I briefly saw, that other landing point was probably the quest point. So that must be like a special POI just for the quest. Point Aviation. Different location entirely. Do I have a favorite companion yet? I mean, not in the way, like, so Obsidian Entertainment games are a little different because they don't do romances, so I don't ever feel as attached to the characters as I do in other games where you can have romances with them. I kind of like them all equally. Marisol is probably the coolest in terms of story because she actually, she's like a ex-spy, You know, she's in her 50s, 60s. She's like an ex-spy agent. Niles is standard, like, I can't get over the past, I need revenge storyline. Valerie's your traditional robot sidekick, emotionless companion. Inez is the desperate to prove herself storyline. Um, who am I missing? And Tristan is like the I'm a lawful paladin. So they're all fairly standard cookie cutter companions, really. There's still one more I haven't found yet, so I'll know more when I get to her. But I'd say story-wise, probably Marisol. Um, but yeah, just it would be purely story at this point. She has a better story than the rest of them. I like the ex-spy agent type of thing.
Halt! Abide! Cease any and all manner of perambulation. Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The end point?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Ankress Brunn straight away.
Grand idea. We'll go speak with her directly.
We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Assuming you'll vouchsafe for your colleagues, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
4th floor.
Anchorage Brun is continuing Anais' research for winter threats. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
I'm with Marisol. Given the security, if we don't tread lightly, leaving peacefully might not be an option later.
I won't be able to run out of this place. I will have to take out everyone.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
That's impressive. Door over here. Check the note. Awfully dark in here. Oh, my flashlight's not working right here. That is a shader issue, if I had to guess. Unique to this little area right here.
I am a long-time vocal exponent of your work.
Or the lighting just not working, period.
Don't mind me saying. Go on up. You're expected.
Let's see what the next floor looks like.
Doubt the Anchoress will walk away from the research lightly. They require some aggressive convincing.
Alright, so you can hear me flipping my light on and off, right? But it's not toggling on. I'm gonna save right here and restart the game and see if that fixes it. This might be an area where the flashlight is bugged, but there's definitely no lighting going on right there. It's super dark. It was super dark downstairs and that floor right there. This happened on Stalker 2 as well. We had some areas during the launch version of the game before they patched where it was almost pitch black in a couple of areas because of some lighting issues.
cloister is a lovely place to live. If you're a moon-sized computational device that requires year-round sub-zero temperatures to avoid melting down.
Oh, there the light's on now. See? So that was just a bug. Or it's working now. And this looks a little more normal. Okay. Still feels a little dark in here though, but at least the flashlight's working now. Definitely feels abnormally dark.
Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped me prove my argument that pacifism always presents the best options. I admit I have modified that opinion slightly since then. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
What are you talking? And actually, we came after finding Anchorage Chow's body in your manifesto.
It was more of a disputation as a scholarly objection than a manifesto per se, but why quibble? Anchorage Chow is very much against it. Her accident was quite tragic. You saw the disputation, though. Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes?
I was more concerned about the body of your colleague.
A truly unfortunate accident. I had posted my disputation and stated my intention to leave. We argued heatedly. Objects were thrown. She stumbled and fell badly. We try to honor her loss. Such tragedy only underlines the importance of our endeavors here. Each day the equation remains unsolved. Countless more tragedies occur. We must succeed at the soonest possible haste.
So, your new stance seems like it's going to leave a lot of corpses in its wake.
The longer the mistakes of our presiding bishop persist, the longer calamity and sorrow will continue. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
Do you have the research?
Oh, you're an admirer as well? It's one of the very things that led me to agree to lead the efforts here. I believe it's the way forward for the Order. Ujot's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researchers' theories.
Really?
She's here.
Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
How long has she been here?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
She's just downstairs?
Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate. We'll speak further after you check over see.
Yep. However, right now there's that annoying audio thing happening. I don't know if it's the game or my capture card. Really quick, I'm gonna check here. If it's the game, I'll just restart the client. I won't know until I load this up there really quick. We're still getting that same crackle. It's definitely unique to the Outer Worlds too. See if it's still happening. Sometimes things get out of sync with the capture card. Seems to have cleared now. I probably need to adjust my settings on the capture card or on the stream thing at some point. Trials and tribulations. Test chamber. Is she lying to us? Man, it sure sounds like she was. Unless it's not really Seer Bujold who's downstairs. Oh, that might be a trip. An imposter.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Thereupon, we will begin.
No, that's really her.
While others pontificate, we act.
Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster.
Okay, so
Can
she's
I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again?
What are you even doing here?
I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things.
Okay.
You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
Actually,
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way.
Yes.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
Copy that.
Thank you. All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Copy that. Another day, another vent. I'm gonna go grab some more coffee.
Galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
What, everybody decided to show up on my coffee break? What's up, Transcend, JK, John Coons? Alright. Where's this hatch? Guards will kill me if they see me. Send the unconfigured okay. This can be used to send an alpha sample from here to the experiment test chamber. A pre-configured sample is on hand ready to be sent. Its nucleus has already been configured. Do not combine it with an unconfigured sample or send an unconfigured sample in its place. So we definitely want to send. Hang on. That's a puzzle for sure. I'm gonna have to read that again. I should quick save. This is definitely gonna be... There's a puzzle here to solve. This can be used to send an alpha Vitae experiment from here into the experiment test chamber. A pre-configured sample is on hand ready to be sent. Its nucleus have already been precisely configured. So that's the pre-configured sample. Okay. Do not enter any seconds. Combine it with an unconfigured sample. With your lack of training, both would be obvious, but especially if you simply sent an unconfigured. So I can't send just the unconfigured sample. I need to... Okay. Use the... Combine the samples the best you can. Okay.
Aborting search.
Somebody saw me? Alright. This is the inexpertly.
Hostile in proximity.
Yeah, I saw him. We're not going to deal with him if we can. Rock. Is almost supposed to create this regular electrochemical reaction. An exquisitely well-covered amalgamation has been perfectly placed inside the microwave. Just leave it alone, please. Yeah, I don't have hacking. Let's put a weird-looking rock in there. I did not get that message when I sent the other one, so I may have botched the first one. Or the initial review that I made 2 days ago on YouTube, which would further extrapolate upon.
Hard to get in good sleep cycle. I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable.
I have my early thoughts video and the initial review out for people. Progress rate enemies be fired continuously through the tubes. Use the fail. Use the failsafe switch in the vent, which is more difficult to determine. Hang on, this vent? Previously, in an only tricky manner to set all components to the test in the correct manner. Maximum flow is absolutely required. If the flow is less than 500 gallons per minute, test results will be entirely skewed. $200p, do not alter. Where can I check?
Verifying causality.
Shit. Clear? I may have attempted to alter those too much. I don't know.
Imagine that'll do.
It's not tracking this quest, by the way. this is weird. So like, it is what it is. I gotta go through the vent. Where is the vent that I came out of? I got lost. Yeah, I can't call the elevator. Where the hell is the vent that I came in from? I feel like an absolute idiot right now. And this quest isn't tracking. Everything's locked in, but the quest is suddenly not, like there's no quest that's tracking. So I'm not quite sure if I need to restart really quick. Yeah, this is not the shaft. This is the one that I came in. I guess it just goes around. Yeah, this is the one I came in on. We're good. I wonder why it's not tracking. No, that's definitely not it either. Damn it. Oh shit. Oh, that's Niles. I had a panic attack. Oh, I'm truly lost. Well and truly lost in here. I can't use the elevator. I cannot find the shaft that I came in through. I wonder if I borched it because of the trespassing guards. I may need to just reinstall the, not reinstall, but just reload. Because it may have busted the quest when I got busted by the guards. Huh. That's the chamber we were in. That's also the chamber. There's no... Yeah, I'm gonna reload. I am never gonna tell someone what to do, so I see a lot of a lot of that happening. I don't know. If you have time to go play the first game, go play the first game. It's not up to me. That's up to you. See, I do have the quest tracked here. I think when I got seen by the guards, it worked it for me.
Any about? I'm locked and stuck.
Okay. got the time and the budget, play the first game. If you're a content creator, you'll probably want to play this game when it launches. If you're not a content creator, you don't need to worry about playing this game at launch. You can play it whenever you want, at any point in time down the road.
I trust that is the sound of science going exceptionally well.
Hard to get in a good sleep cycle.
Alright, where did I see that rock?
Yes?
He heard my footsteps. Go on about your business, guard.
Terminating unproductive activity.
Something wrong back there? Hello?
No, it was definitely, hold on, it was definitely, there was a, I remember there's a vent up in here. Okay. Is there something else we need to click on? That right there. And he heard me again. Zeranium flow. Shit. Just gotta wait for him to do his thing. Objective complete. Follow up with Seer Bujold. Okay. So I think this is what happened is I got busted by the guard because now I actually have a checkpoint. So let's do a different manual save so that I have two different saves. Yeah, see now I have the waypoint. Follow up with Seer Bujold. That's what I was missing earlier, was I didn't have the follow-up. Of course, I still gotta figure out how to get out of here. This is what I don't remember. Like, how the hell do I get out of here? This is the part I got confused about earlier, too. I'm, like, completely well and do not remember how to get out of these stupid tunnels.
Good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural body rhythms.
What the hell? What am I missing in terms of getting out of here?
If you're done, evaluating my work,
I don't know why that was
and
so
all
hard.
settings are
Jesus.
final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber. The experiment.
That doesn't look good.
Did it work? Does it work? Seabush showed, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out.
Okay, this is really annoying. It's doing that audio thing again. I'm gonna check over here. It seems to clear when I leave the game for a minute. Yeah, because it's not happening over here. It's definitely an Outer Worlds thing. That's definitely a weird audio bug. And it's hard to narrow that down if it's game specific. It seems to be because of the game.
Out. That is how these messages.
Yeah, because then I exit out of the
yes.
game and come back and it
If
clears
not,
it.
Farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun, but she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
How the fuck are we supposed to do that?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Yeah, Bethesda and Obsidian share a lot of voice actors.
Entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
That's our only option?
A brain-off against an Order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
Alright, seems like you have a clear preference here, Marisol.
I'm not arguing it's the best option, just that it is an option. Rightly or wrongly, I am
good. Well,
with the
good
cost
voice
involved.
actors are a smaller world than you
should be
think, for
dedicated
sure.
to uplifting humanity, not racking up a body count unduly. Our former department was shut down for things like this.
Let's convince her she's an utter failure, but try to leave her alive.
Thank you for...
Honestly, I'm relieved as well.
From the legend.
I'm skipping past
If
this.
you're retiring as the but the Anchor There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred.
For an extemporaneous plan.
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when... Here's the hatch key in case you need it. And Marisol...
Okay.
Do keep out of trouble.
This is another case where we're gonna do 2 saves. We'll do one now, because I'll probably get lost trying to find my way out of here.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
Hang on, did I need to come through here? Let me load that really quick. Let's see here. Thanks for the sub over on Twitch, Srirachi. Appreciate it. Man, I'm using Stream Elements again this morning. One thing I really don't like about Stream Elements is I get no on-screen notifications when someone has subbed on Twitch or YouTube. So if I am delayed on saying thank you, that's on, you know, me. Streamlabs has been continuing to give me issues. I tried to use it again yesterday afternoon, and it gave me issues again. I swear to God, I'm just tired of Streamlabs, or there's new configurations. I don't know. They seem to always be messing up, and I'm tired of complaining about it. So I've been using Streamlabs a lot the last few days because it works. However, it does not have the same. There's a big difference between a free thing and a paid thing, if that makes sense. Like when I'm using Streamlabs, which I pay for, it's got all these nice features that help me see things on stream so I can pay attention when people are subscribing, donating, super chatting, membershiping, all that other stuff. When somebody joins as a new member, Stream Elements doesn't show me shit, and so it's like I just have no clue sometimes. I lose it in the stream chat. So thank you, Darchi over on Twitch for that. I appreciate it. I know that was a delayed reaction. You might not still be around, but if you are, thanks.
I'll meet you out on the landing pad once this is done.
I'm gonna go back because I missed somewhere in because I was skipping through the dialogue because I was perturbed by that audio thing. 58. Let's look at this really quick. Because she said something about the hatch and a key if I wanted to kill her, but if I didn't want to kill her, but they might have said how to get to her, and that's the point I'm confused on.
If you're done, evaluating...
Yep. Test temperature controls, purge oxygen, return to root, logs. Okay, this is the part where I just missed what she said.
Hold the results of the experiment will be...
Yes, our next step.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for
how are we
all
gonna
it
do that?
requires is a forceful array of
You mean one of our... That's what the...
Make Brun
yeah,
give
we already
up
heard
on
this.
science, logic...
Oh, that's hype...
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
I would be willing and on hand to assist. And the other option would remain if we botch
We
it.
should try to undermine. Yeah, let's convince her she's a failure.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm relieved.
From the legend.
Okay, this is
If
where
you're
okay.
retiring but in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable back. The Anchors is housed in a test chamber similar to this one.
Okay.
It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture. There
Okay.
is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge lead. I'll need to make an announcement afterward.
For next step.
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading.
All right, so I needed to go
Hit
back
and
upstairs.
there's
That's the part I got confused on. Okay. And yet, here we go. Anchor's Brun. There we go. I just didn't realize I was supposed to use the elevator. It's like what I'm supposed to use the hatches again.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
Tell me everything. Hate to break it to you, but the experiment failed spectacularly.
What? No. It couldn't. Wait. Let's start from the beginning.
Hyperventilating.
Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
Well, the experiment was deeply flawed on a conceptual level.
Really? In what way?
I thought you were meticulous.
Solving the universal equation demands considerable thoroughness, but also requires all possible efficiency. Though, that said, it's true that we must guard against skimping unduly, to any extent that might introduce error. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected, an anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Chris Chow doubted your plans. Her final words claimed you'd been swayed by flattery.
I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, there could be little doubt in its logic and rectitude. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
I don't have a science thing. Our predictions imply both are inevitable if you pursue this.
Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite
I don't have
brilliant.
science, so I'm probably not going to be able to convince her. Oh, well, I got a speech option.
Really? Will I become a laughingstock among my peers? Have the whispered jeers begun already? No. No. Calm down. Breathe. You've faced setbacks before. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been
I don't know
saying.
if I've done a very good job with those.
There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure.
You're grasping.
Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
By all means.
There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. This little colloquy has proven rather arduous, and your points fail to... Wait. Considered as a whole... Damn it. No, I see it now. You are correct. We have obstinately and misguidedly blundered along here. The flaws in Bujold's research now seem apparent. Time for me to admit my errors. I'll need to inform everyone. Shut down research and operations. What will I do now? There's no place for me. Go. Leave me be.
Our work here is done, it seems.
I agree.
Fellow scholars of the Order, this is Anchorus Byrne. With an unfortunate announcement. Our experiment today was a failure.
Now, I wonder if that means
Our
I
line
can
of inquiry
immediately...
has proven intrinsically flawed.
Hey, Commander. I wanted to apologize for the way I handled things after Greater Tranquility.
Yeah,
I've also
fine,
given
buddy.
some thought to what you said about seeking peaceful resolutions. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We can get back to them. Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
So no upgrades for now. But we have completed her quests, so... Oh, are we gonna have to fight our way out? Something turned red for a minute on my way down.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Anchorus Brun abandons vital research right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events were unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
What? When you operate outside normal models like we do, anomalous events just tend to occur.
Sounds like a glorified way to describe agents of disruption. I'm skeptical that you lacked a part in all this. Suppose
Skepticize
you'll
all you
claim this
want.
was all just coincidence. A misaligned series of mishaps that simply appear to be your fault.
Anchorus Brun talked a good game, overlooked the shoddy science involved in the test.
The Anchorus is one of the finest minds the Order has ever produced. I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you.
Damn. What? That's a level 20 speech check. Holy shit. I think I'm only 17. I have finally hit. That's my second check I've failed in the game. There was a lockpick that was 17. And now a speech check that's 20. I'm gonna try to lie.
Really? You don't say. I know you're to blame. I just wanted to see how far you were gonna take this. I can't believe Anchorus Brun fell for any of it. Fellow exemplars of the Order, commence hostilities.
Okay, so there is no way out of that. Well, I didn't have my guns ready or anything. I'm so screwed. Hold up. I need to get on my time device. No. Time device.
Reviving me is in everyone's best interest.
Wrong weapon. Fuck, I don't have it equipped. Fuck, I might die. I don't have any companions up. That was bad. I didn't have any of my weapons ready or anything. I was on the sniper dialogue. Sniper weapon. He's already down.
Fortification in progress. Targeting me is strategically optimal.
Grenade in
Let them run around, do their thing. Pick your head up. There's shit more outside. This gun is not my favorite. I need to revive my companions, but I'm terrified to try to peek my head out here. Okay. Where is she at?
Thank you, dear. Target analyzed.
Well, you shouldn't have peeked your head out there, buddy. Why is he not done? Okay, hold up. there's somebody right over here. Hiding. You're down again? Jesus, she dies all the time, man.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Vulnerabilities identified.
Don't run in front of me when I'm firing.
Raider is charged. Analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scan.
Combatant analysis. Closing on a perceived threat.
Adversary vulnerabilities
Yeah,
identified.
I see him. Oh, I did not mean to throw a grenade. Stop! Come back here. Alright. Well, I can tell you one thing I'm going to do immediately is I got to shoot for max speech. I don't want to fail any speech checks ever again. And if we're already hitting 20 level speech checks, I got to max out my speech as quickly as possible. Okay. Let's double check. That sucked. That's the first speech check I've failed in the whole game. Grim Visage. I needed perk Intimidator for that. Where the hell was Intimidator? You know, I just realized that for all this time, that there are icons on all of these that tell you what they are. Like there's a wrench icon. I'm an idiot. A gun icon, everything else. I never noticed that until just now. Probably time to get rid of this shotgun and move to something a little better, like a better shotgun. Have to go pay attention. Pills. I actually finally burned some inhaler charges that time. Heavy machine gun. We'll take it just to sell. There's my ship. Oh no. Hang on. I missed the loot. I missed the loot. Gotta go back.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Here's a future I'd always hoped for. You listened. Didn't just rush in like, I am Marisol Delgado. I am always right, even when I'm wrong.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
Yeah, I already talked about that back when the Rogue Ally dropped.
I was wrong.
I'm loving it.
I'm sorry.
Like, the Rogue
Please.
Ally is
And
literally
thank you.
the future
But
of Xbox. It's not about
thank you,
consoles for them,
Anais.
it's about
At any
ecosystem.
rate, I'm off.
So that
You all take care now.
is their initial
Marisol,
offering,
don't be
which
too
is a handheld,
enigmatic or
and then the
anything.
next one will be the next
Try.
Xbox console.
Before I forget. Meant to give you
Is
this
going to
earlier.
be a all-in-one. It's going to be a miniature gaming PC for
you.
people who don't need to go spend
Anais?
$4,000 on a gaming PC. You'll be able to spend $1,000, and you will have a console that runs everything that Xbox ever sells in terms of console games, and also access to all the PC games and all the PC libraries. So you'll be able to play your GOG games, your Steam games, your Epic games. You will be able to play everything you can right now. You can play everything you have or want or own or will ever buy on the Rogue Ally handheld, other than PlayStation exclusives. And the next Xbox console is going to take that handheld technology into an actual console slash. So yeah, you'll even be able to play World of Warcraft on that machine. You won't need to go buy a separate gaming PC. You'll be able to do it all in one place. So this idea of console wars, that's yesterday. That's like 10 years ago. There is no console war. There is just ecosystems. And yeah, there's not going to be a reason to own a PlayStation beyond the next generation of consoles unless PlayStation offers a similar ecosystem. Because anybody who's a gamer is going to go, well, I have a limited budget. I'm not a huge content creator. Do I need two consoles? Why? I mean, PlayStation is what, 5 exclusives a year? 6 exclusives a year? Are 6 exclusives in a year worth buying that console? No, they're not. Everybody's going to go buy an Xbox console. It's, because it's not about the console anymore. It's about the ecosystem. Yeah, and PC Master Race that was 25 years ago. It hasn't been like that for 25 years. It hasn't been since we entered the first generation of I can play games on Nintendo, I can play games on the PlayStation, I can play games on the Xbox, or I can play games on PC. I can play games everywhere. I'm going to own everything. I'm going to have one of every console, and a gaming PC, and then I get to play games wherever the fuck I want. And I'm not bound to a system. And I'm really happy to see the evolution of gaming because I've always preferred consoles to PC. I don't want to sit here and play mouse and keyboard, and I won't even play games on mouse and keyboard anymore. Like if a game comes out and says we're only mouse and keyboard, I generally don't play those games. If it doesn't offer at the very least controller support on PC, I won't even touch it. But it's also extremely cost prohibitive. It's a $4,000, maybe $3,000 for a entry level gaming PC. $3,000. And I don't want to hear any of this bullshit about, oh, just build your own. You can do it for $2,200. Average gamer, the average schmuck, like my brother. My brother's not a schmuck. My brother has done game development, but I use him as an example because he only plays 2 new releases a year, and he can't be bothered with owning a gaming PC anymore because he has a ranch. But my brother is the perfect example of that because he can't be bothered. He's like, why do I want to go spend $3,000, $4,000 on a gaming PC? I'm not going to build one myself. He did build one himself 10 years ago, and he has no desire to do that ever again. He's like, that was too much work. I just want to be able to buy something out of the box that works. And when you offer the average gamer a $1,000 Xbox console that does everything in one place and gives you high fidelity graphics, they're going to go spend the $1,000 to get that all-in-one console. They're not going to go spend $3,000 on a gaming PC, and they're certainly not going to, try to buy parts and build a PC for $2,200 because I could do it cheaper than they sell the gaming PC. None of that represents the average gamer. So yeah, it's a win for Xbox. Big win.
Oh, Brunn obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away.
That's why I buy laptops, JK.
Indefinite
for sure.
immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject,
I haven't had a
belied an underlying sense of guilt
desktop
to me.
since 2007. I doubt I will ever own a desktop ever again.
Oh, not really.
Just love
Not
I love
yet,
laptops.
at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
No one can sanction spending $3,000-$4,000. Not unless
comments to heart.
You're a PC extremist. If you're a PC extremist or that PC master race bullshit mentality, then you're going to be willing to spend $4,000 because that's your only hobby. Like, you don't do anything else. That's your primary hobby. You love gaming on the PC. You love tricking out your rig. You love having the max amount of RAM, the best graphics card, and that's where you put all of your spare money. If that's you, that's fine, but that is not the average gamer. The average gamer says, how can I play games cheap? And Xbox is winning. I mean, I see a lot of people who are like, oh, $30 a month for Xbox Game Pass. If the only platform you play on is Xbox, and you own an Xbox console, right? If the only thing you own is an Xbox console, and you're paying $30 a month, and you get access to hundreds of games plus new releases, like every month, there's brand new, new releases on that platform, you're winning. You don't need to have all these other subscriptions. Now, if you're a content creator, maybe that's a different story. But like, you own a next generation Xbox console, and you can play new releases on GOG, new releases on Epic, new releases on Steam, and new releases on Xbox or PC Game Pass. Like, that's winning. Why do I need a Switch 2? Why do I need... I don't need any of those things at that point.
Commander, it's customary to... I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation.
Yeah, it's a big win for
Some
Microsoft.
parts don't sit right with me
Short term,
Wonder
bunch
if
of
you and
grumpy
I might
people
talk
about
it
the
through.
$30 increase. But outside of that, like, the concept of running World of Warcraft as an example, on the not just that, but like I can go play Lord of the Rings Online or Star Wars: The Republic on that console, and it will have built-in support. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of thing, like built-in controller support and everything, because it's just, I mean, it's pretty awesome. Oh, $30 a month is definitely worth it when you consider that a lot of people will not be playing the big games. They'll be playing. Have you ever looked at Xbox Game Pass, Dark Lord? Have you actually looked at Game Pass? It's not all about big, huge games that take months to complete. It is tons of short, little, fun co-op games, multiplayer games, games that you play with your friends across multiple devices, games that you play with your family members, games that are quick hop in, hop out, nothing you have to worry about, no long-term commitments, and deep RPGs on top of there. It's definitely worth it for people who play a lot of games on a, and just like gaming in general. It's not worth it for people who only play 2-3 games a year, but those aren't your normal gamers. If you're only playing 2 or 3 video games a year, you're not really a gamer at that point. You're an extremely casual tourist who hops in. You enjoy gaming, but you're not really, I mean, gamers, if we're talking technically speaking, these are the people who are going to play almost every single day of the week. Not for work, just because they love gaming. That's their primary hobby. And for those people, $30 a month is definitely worth it. So that's how my brother does it, John. He runs a base Xbox subscription for access to all the online multiplayer stuff, and then the Game Pass content. And then every few months, when there's like some new games that he wants to try out or something, he will buy the Ultimate for like a month, maybe 2 months, play all the games that he wanted to play that were at the Ultimate level, and then drops back down to the normal. It's a huge win. Like if as an example, this is $100. I think I spent more than $100 for the Ultimate Edition and the Early Access, right? I wanted to pre-order the DLCs and everything else. If I didn't want to pay the $100 for this, I wait till it starts on Game Pass. What if I still don't want to spend $70 or $60, whatever the base cost of this game is? I just 1 month of Game Pass, I got it for $30. I play the game, I beat the game, I cancel my subscription. I just played Outer Worlds 2 for $30. I didn't have to spend $70, $80, or $100. Oh, but I don't own it. We already covered that the other day. Like, owning a game doesn't mean shit. Owning a physical piece of the game, owning a physical copy of the game doesn't mean shit. Because in 10 years, you won't be able to play that physical thing anymore. Because the hardware will have moved beyond. And unless you're an expert at repairing old hardware, or you're lucky enough to hold on to all these old consoles, you're never going to be able to own that and play that indefinitely. We already talked about this yesterday, the people who are like, I want to own it physical. Okay, are you still playing your Mario Brothers copy from 1986 on an original Super Nintendo or original Nintendo Entertainment System? No, you're not, because pretty much all Nintendo Entertainment Systems have quit working at this point. The handful that are repaired were repaired by specialists, and good luck finding a cartridge that's still working after 40 years. When the inner workings of a cartridge have oxidized and rusted, and etc. Owning physical media doesn't mean shit. Good luck playing cassette tapes from 1980. You think your Beastie Boys cassette tape from 1983 is still going to be playable in 2025? You're delusional if you're someone who sits there and thinks that, oh, I need to own my physical media. I own it forever. No, you don't. You own a copy of something, but technically you're just licensing that copy. And good luck touching it and doing anything with it 25 years from now. Play the game. Beat the game. Move on to the next game. There is, you can't take it with you. This whole concept of, I don't want to rent a game, I want to own it, that's on you. That's a you problem. Because you could totally play this game for 30 bucks and move on about your life and never need to spend 70, 80 bucks if you don't want to. But if you're stuck in that I have to have physical media, that's a you problem.
A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite
Correct,
sleep cycle
Transcend.
is when
Global
it usually
pricing
plagues
is
me
an
the
issue,
most.
for sure.
With Anchoress Brunn, I know what we did was right. I know it saved lives. But we tricked her. Forced her to doubt her mind. You heard her. She's not just dissuaded. We broke her. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brunn rears its head, it will need to get in line. Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead. Well, one hopes. According to Anais, we greatly reduced the likelihood of that occurring. It's not zero, but completing the brain off lowered the chance significantly.
Alright. Any other old flames that might threaten the fate of the galaxy?
Let's say there are no present perils from my romantic past I'm aware of, though I can't rule it out completely. No, I'm thinking more about Anais.
I'll give you another example here in a
That
second.
we listened to her concerns, so I've changed apparently, thanks to you. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to. Like, I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over.
So, I'll give you a perfect example. I own, in a box at my brother's house, collector's editions. I have 2 collector's editions of Vanguard Saga of Heroes that I spent several $100s on many years ago. They were the last versions of physical media that I ever bought. That was the game that made me say I am never going to focus on physical media ever again for anything. Because what happened to that game? It got sunset. I can't play that game anymore. Even if I wanted to play Vanguard Saga of Heroes, those discs and all of the collector's items that came with it are nothing more than wall ornaments at this point. Can't do anything with those things. So, when I look at people who have an obsession with owning physical media, I just kind of chuckle. If you want to own physical media for the cool things in the box, like the cloth map and the memorabilia, that's legitimate for sure. Having cool shit to hang on your wall and put on a shelf and sort of flex that I was there, I did that, I owned absolutely 100%. But don't come at me with this whole, I want to own it so that I can play it forever, because that doesn't exist. It doesn't matter if we're talking a CD-ROM copy or a DVD copy of a game from, that's what, 15 years ago? Almost 20 years ago, I guess. Or if we're talking about your version of Mario Brothers from whenever that game came out, 88, 86 or whatever, for the Nintendo Entertainment System. You're not playing Mario Brothers in 2025. You're not playing an original cartridge of Mario Brothers on an original Nintendo Entertainment System in 2025. You're not. I'm sorry, you're not. Not unless you're an extremist collector. And by extremist collector, I mean someone who has a working Nintendo Entertainment System from the 1980s that has somehow managed to be repaired or made it to this point, and you have a working condition cartridge, which is another thing that's extremely out of the ordinary. You're just not. What you're doing is you're playing emulator versions of Mario Brothers that have been transported into digital format, and you're playing an emulated version. Or, like, as an example, wasn't it a few years ago they sold like a modern edition of the Nintendo original, like a modern version of the Nintendo Entertainment System, which was a miniature version, but it had a huge disk drive in it with like 150 games. I don't remember how many games were in it. I'm being hyperbolic for the sake of exaggeration, but that's, you're not, there is no physical media. You don't own anything. You basically own a hard drive at that point with a Nintendo Entertainment System box around it, like a miniature version of the original Nintendo Entertainment. There's no physical media. You didn't buy cartridges. There were no boxes. There were no slip cases. None of that stuff. So this whole idea that I have to own the media I have to own the game. Well, first and foremost, you never own it in the first place because you're just licensing it, which we just talked about a few minutes ago. But the obsession with physical media is like, I can't think of, I haven't played a Nintendo Entertainment System game since I was 12 years old. I haven't played a Super Nintendo game since I was 15 or 16 years old. I haven't played a PlayStation 1 game since I was 22, 23 years old. I haven't played a PS2 game since I was 25 years old. I haven't played a PS3 game since I was 28, 29 years old. I haven't played a PS4 game since I was in my, late 30s. Like, the reality is gamers evolve with the platforms, and so we're playing on these modern platforms. We're not holding on to these things from 25 years ago. Anybody who claims that I have to own physical media, then why aren't you playing those games? Why aren't you playing your Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo Entertainment System? If you're so obsessed with owning physical media that you can play forever, then why the fuck aren't you playing that game forever? What's that? You like to play lots of new games? Well, then you're buying new games, and the evolution of new games is digital. It has been for 20 years. Like, the perfect example is that modern Nintendo Entertainment System that they sold, which had all those bundled games inside on a big disk drive. That's 100% digital. Like, again, owning collector's editions items is cool, but no one's playing physical copies of games from 40 years ago. Like, that's just not realistic. Well, that's another consideration too, John Coons. Like, hardware, we were talking about this the other day, I haven't owned a device with a disk drive in it since 2007. 100% of my laptops that I've purchased since 2008 have been diskless systems. What do I need a disk for? Who uses disks? We're living in 2025. Like, if you even look at, like, I think it's the PS5, like, my version of the Xbox does have a disk drive in it because that's the only version that was available when I bought it. But like my PS5 Pro, no disk drive. The disk drive is sold separate because they're making the assumption that you're buying the digital version. Now, if you want to own the disc version, you can, and you can go out there and buy the discs to run in the PS5. But those discs to run in the PS5, those are not going to be usable in 10 years, 15 years, because that disk format will become obsolete. Again, we don't still play on 1985 cartridges. We don't still play. When I listen to music, I do not listen to music on a vinyl or a cassette or the hell with those they look like cartridges that you would put in. I forget the name of those. We don't listen to music on CDs anymore at all. We don't listen to music on iPads anymore. Streaming is how 99% of people access music these days, is via streaming. That's just facts. Oh, but I still listen to vinyls. I still listen to You are a collector. That is different. And 8 tracks. Thank you, Barbarossa. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Nobody's listening to music on 8 tracks anymore. You'll occasionally find some weird random dude on like TikTok who'll be like, I still have a perfectly working 8-track player and it rah, 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 rah. That's like one dude in a million. You know what I mean? Like, so owning physical media, okay, cool. You want to own it. Excuse me, you want to own a licensed copy. Make sure we make that distinction. You want to own a licensed copy of your games. That's cool. But just understand that in 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you're not going to be playing that game in that format. So just admit that you're doing it for the collector's items and that you're just doing it so that you can have a collection item to stick on your shelf. And then we'll admit that that's what you're really all about, because you're not actually about owning the game so you can play it forever. That is a myth. It is 100% a myth. Again, there might be one or two people out there. Somebody in chat just said, I still play my PS2 games on my PS2. You're the one in a million guys with an 8-track player that still works. I'm still going to play my 8-track music because that's the best format for music ever. I'm going to still play my PS2 games because that's the best format ever. That is one in a million. Like, those people are not the average gaming consumer. I don't know. I'm just saying. I have played every generation of games. I don't play old games. I play emulated versions of old games. I have legitimately went back and played 4 or 5 years ago. I went back and even 3 years ago. I played Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis 3 years ago. Here's a great example of that. This is the perfect example to finalize the thoughts on this discussion. I played Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis via a digitalized copy that I bought from GOG.com, right? The version that is sold through GOG.com has been it's been modified from the original version to run on a modern Windows operating system. Okay? If I tried to play that game on the original 3.5 discs or CD that it came on, whatever, I wouldn't be able to play it on a modern machine. I would have to have a 1990s computer with a 1990s series of disk drives, or I would have to buy specialty disk drives. But even then, the formatting of that game, graphically, we're talking the graphical format, because the game was meant to run at a specific resolution and a specific set of colors. My modern 4K monitor and 4K graphics card is not going to run a 1990s video game. It needs to have specialty compression techniques to modify that resolution to be able to be displayed on my modern machine and my modern operating system and my modern monitor, if you can say that 5 times fast. So I was able to play Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis because someone else had taken the time to do all those programming things for me and allow me to play that game on a modern machine. But if I went to my physical copy of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis from the mid-90s and I tried to play that game on a modern machine, it wouldn't work. Modern machines don't come with those drives available anymore. I don't have DOS. Like, the DOS is not an operating system. You know what I mean? Like, no. It just doesn't work like that anymore. Like, and that's the thing when people come up with this physical media thing. I'm like, you're wrong. You're flat out wrong. That I'm gonna own it and I can play it forever. Bullshit. Bullshit. Someone else is gonna need to go out there and do the work to be able to make that 20-year-old game run on a modern machine. That's fact. Indiana Jones and Fate of Atlantis, all the Quest for Glory games, Betrayal at Krondor, the Space Quest games, King's Quest games. I have a whole series on my channel. I haven't done episodes for several years now, but I have a series on my channel. I think it was called Point and Click Classics was the name of the YouTube playlist. And I did like Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, Betrayal at Krondor, King's Quest 5, Quest for Glories 1 through 4, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, The Dig from Steven Spielberg, like Full Throttle. We went back and played a bunch of those games. None of those games, I didn't play a single one of those in physical media. I played them off of GOG.com because someone else has taken the time to modernize those games and make them run on a modern machine. I'm not going out there and digging through these boxes trying to find my old copies with like the 3.5 discs or the CDs from back then and then trying to figure out how to make that run on my modern machine with my modern. Again, Dribrom, you're saying you can play those on a PC if you have an emulator. If you own the physical copy of the game, you can legally play the emulator. But that's the thing. There's additional steps. You're not just able to pull it out of the box and play it forever like some of these people claim. It doesn't work like that. In order to make those old games run on a new machine, you have to have, at the very least, you have to have an emulator, which means you can't just plug it in and play it. I'm going to own it and play it forever. No, you're not. Someone else is going to have done the footwork to make it run on a modern machine, whether it's via an emulator or via something like GOG, where you're just going to play a digital version of the game 25 years later. or 30 years later or whatever. Yeah, it's not, this whole I have to own physical media thing it's malarkey. Right, and a lot of people don't even own PCs, correct. Alright, I'm going to restart the game again, because it's still doing that stupid audio thing. It looks good on your shelf. That's correct. Physical media looks great on your shelf. That's it. Looks good on the shelf. That's the only thing it does. My brother literally has a box of all my old games. I have the, I probably do need to restart the whole system, because if it does it again, it's probably just, it's something being cranky with the Xbox this morning. I've had this happen before. This happened when I was playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
I like the Order. They think big, even when they make mistakes, accidentally build a super weapon, and seal it away in the Earl.
Happens on the PlayStation less frequently, but it does happen usually on new releases. There's usually some audio issues from time to time. Anyway, my brother has a box at his place. In that box, I have my original copies of Baldur's Gate 1, which is that rectangular brown booklet that you open up and it had all the CDs in it. I have my original Baldur's Gate 2 copies, which is the old, it had a blue cover in a CD, and it was I think it was four CDs or 4 DVDs. I can't remember if they were CDs or DVDs, but it was 4 discs. I have collector's editions of EverQuest 2, collector's editions of Vanguard Saga of Heroes. Those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. I know there's some other stuff in that box. Oh, like Battle for Middle-earth, I think, is in there. There were some other games. Those are in a box and will never come out of a box because my brother doesn't own a machine that can play any of those games, because none of those games will run on modern machines. Like, if you want to play a modern version of Baldur's Gate, like the enhanced, you have to go get the enhanced edition. That's literally how you play Baldur's Gate in the modern era, is you go buy the enhanced edition. You are not playing the original version of Baldur's Gate, or Baldur's Gate 2, or Icewind Dale 1. You're not playing the original version of those games anywhere in 2025. You're playing the enhanced edition of those games, because that's what you're going to find works on modern machines. Native species. I still don't care about Tristan, but I better need to spend his points just in case. Alright, we need to go work on the next companion quest, which is for Inez. Which means back to the cold planet. Like, I saw a bunch of people losing their minds on social media last week about the 15th anniversary edition of New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas, that Bethesda announced, and you had a whole bunch of people like, this is fucking bullshit. I can buy all the. This is what someone literally said. I can buy all of the game packages included in that collector's edition on Steam right now for less than $5. Why the fuck would I pay $150 for a collector's edition? And I'm like, because you're not paying for the game, dumbass. You're paying for the statue and the collectibles and the map and the cards and all the physical items that come with that. The collector's edition of the 15th anniversary collector's edition is not for a casual gamer. That is for the hardcore collector who is not buying it to own the physical media. They're buying it to own the physical objects that are associated with that item. It's not rocket science. But smooth brains exist, and they will always exist, and we just have to learn to surreptitiously remove those labels off the Clorox bottles and see whether it doesn't sort itself out eventually. Alright, that is a long way away. And I have to take the bridge, so first things first, we need to go here.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Cordial thrust by King Bam.
Val says you turned her down for a massage.
Turns out Val's massage protocol doesn't have a setting between a light touch and a 50-kilometer-per-hour punch. Not exactly therapeutic. I feel a little bad telling that to
Uh-oh. I almost took
I've
myself
been
off
on the
the edge
receiving
of
end
the
of one of
cliff.
those massages too. Honestly, you made the right choice.
This also takes me back to the, there was a movement like 2-3 months back. I don't remember the name of it even. Some movement from Europe that was all about, we need to own games. I really can't remember the name of it. It was some social justice warrior crap. Companies are taking our games away from us. Man, it's like, dude, it's been like that forever. You've never owned your games. You've only ever licensed them. But the core of that made me laugh was people who were like, companies should be required to have an end of life plan in place to support their games perpetually and indefinitely into the future. And it's like, that is unfucking realistic for all the reasons that we just talked about. You cannot realistically expect a company to launch a game on a specific set of media or on a specific operating system and then expect them to perpetually, as in forever, continue to keep that game accessible to players for the end of all time. You're expecting them to continue to spend money on that product for 50, 60, 70, 80 years and continually update it and modernize it for modern hardware and modern machines and modern resolutions and modern graphics cards and modern sound cards and modern drivers and modern internets and modern everything. Fuck off. The entitlement associated with that whole movement was just mind-boggling to me. That's not what it's about. It's about owning our... No, you're not understanding media evolution. Do we still listen to music on the phonograph, for fuck's sake? Like, I'm sure at the time that the phonograph, whatever that thing was called, came out... You know what I'm talking about. Is it called the phonograph? Stonograph? Stenograph? What was that thing? It was like a vinyl player, but it was on metal, and it had the big like trumpet ear that came off of it. I'm gonna go look this up. Is it the phonograph? I can't remember what this is called. A phonograph, a device that records and plays back sound invented by Thomas Edison in 1877. Yeah, it's with the big trumpet thing. Are we? It's called a gramophone also. Are we still using the phonograph and gramophones? No. Fuck no. Technology evolved. Like, what are you talking about? Companies should make games accessible for all time. The entitlement and the ignorance in that whole movement was also why it petered out and never went anywhere, because it's not realistic. It just doesn't take into consideration the evolution of technology. There were other aspects of that argument that, were interesting and are worth discussing, but the whole aspect of I should own my game and be able to access it forever. No, it's not how it works, man. Not how it works. Yeah, I know. Pirate Software got fucking ravaged when he tried to talk about it. I made a video on it and on the topic, and I got ravaged for that opinion as well. I got ravaged for being, you're just like Pirate Software, he's a fucking idiot, you're a fucking idiot, and it's like, I mean, just because you don't like what someone has to say doesn't make them an idiot. It's just, sometimes the mob gets something in their head that is just, the problem is that he's become the guy everybody loves to hate because he's big and he's usually successful, and it's just normal that people want to hate on somebody at the top. He's not defending all of the things he says or does, but like, it's really easy to
Recharging as fast as it can.
hang on. I still got something out there I gotta take care of. Dude, don't reload your gun. Revive your dude. Mildly annoying that it is that.
Back in business. Let's get you healed. To the rescue. Sight unseen. Out of sight and on the way.
Definitely feels like there's a drop off in damage for the sniper rifle at some point.
You had my back.
Tingling. Oh, someone call for a medic. Happy to help. Discreetly.
Some lead from the front, you tend to lead from the back, becoming dependent on your allies. No, I'm okay with that. Yeah, there's a big deal. some people don't want to handle uncomfortable truths, and it's the status of the world we live in right now. Mob mentality. You know, I don't go all Andrew Tate when it comes to like the Matrix, but at the same time, the Matrix, like there are some legit things about people being plugged into the system and just being they can't think for themselves. I'm gonna have to crank this on to get across here. Ow. Spect vodka.
Bodies everywhere.
Probably because of the whole minefield everywhere. Oh, at least we got a fast travel back there. Alright, let's check this one. Auntie's Choice forward operating base. This is a fast travel point? Nice.
Welcome to Auntie's Choice. We look forward to your inevitable acquisition and
Welcome,
order.
big spender.
Those protectorate scopes squeeze the scope this time. I feel like I'm proud of them.
Auntie's Choice welcomes you to Forward Operating Base 136, Future Consumer. You should take care in this hostile climb. Risks include inclement weather, hostile animals, risk of collateral damage, leaking uranium, artillery, shrapnel, frostbite, cave-ins, hypothermia, cultists, landmines, long falls, gangrene, damaged electrical equipment, and insect bites.
Haven't seen any insects here.
You never know. That's enough for rote greetings. You're not a feckless civilian, or you would have died halfway here, so I'll speak plainly. Cloisters aside, I want off-planet yesterday, with my extremities intact, and that necessitates aid. You do my work for me, I can pay.
What do you need done?
Some Protectorate jackanapes are holed up on some main routes near here, thereby separating us from the rest of our force. Remove them by any means. Preferably by killing them and scattering their remains to the winds, but so long as they're gone, I don't much care.
They will be vacated with prejudice.
The sooner you get rid of them, the sooner I can take credit. Clear the Protectorate out from under the bridges and you'll get your pay. Get to fighting or get to dying.
Alright. isn't there? I don't see any Sub Rosa.
The scrappers are getting closer and sniffing around at night. They give me the vibes.
Welcome, distinguished consumers of fertilizer.
I was assured adequate protection to conduct normal operations. I'm guessing you found that not to be the case. There's a vending machine here. Let's sell all junk. This does remind me of Hoth. God, why can't... I just... I want more Star Wars games, period. Like, there's not enough Star Wars games in my life. Like, I like Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, but please somebody give me a first-person Star Wars RPG like this. Please. It's definitely a fight. I don't need my shield, I hit the wrong thing.
I'm the one you need to worry about.
Free hole in the head. What are we still shooting at, kids? Oh. Free loot. I like free loot.
Trouble ahead.
Shit. I hate how running interrupts the reload. Like, reload and sprint, bitch. What we got here? Ship's diagnostics. Ooh. Don't have the requirements to finish that. Alright, we're getting close. I'm gonna go see if there's any more coffee before we go any further. home alone most of the day today, so I gotta coordinate with Chris and stuff. That turned into a, hey, let's talk about the day ahead a little bit. Find the grafting doctor. "16 years. That's how long it took to become a doctor in the service of our chilly patients." The last number of the code of the captain's safe is 5. Okay. Still doesn't tell me where this doctor is. Oh, shit. That is a lot. Oh my god. Dude, get him off me. Did we survive? Alright, I could have sworn I saw a body. There it is. Well, I haven't found a doctor yet. Bunch of shrooms. I'm allowed to be supervised for small periods of time.
This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves.
Well, we're definitely in the right place. Oh, there's somebody over here. No, that is not a somebody, that is a something. Got something up there, too. Oh, I got a signal all of a sudden. The problem with being unsupervised means that I have to take care of animals. Every time Chris leaves, something wacky happens with her ducks and chickens. Every single time. Like, ducks get out, chickens get out. Every single time. Triple-barreled shotgun. French shotgun. That sounds like a signal.
What in the void? Oh, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lives.
Commander, watch your vitals!
fuck off. Shit. I just saved. We'll load the manual save. That's fine. I don't want to waste a trauma kit not that close to a save. It was like a boss fight or something, sure, but I don't want to waste any more of those kits.
What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. It don't get any easier. What happened here?
Well, did those critters ignore us, or are they coming?
Ready to waste them on your command.
Well, I think we might be in the clear. Let's wait for the aggro to drop, but I think we're okay. Yes. Although now I see the critters. Let's just take care of these. Unless he's gonna run off like a little chicken shit. I don't think they're gonna be a problem. Well, we're not getting past that door for sure. And I can't talk to Inez because we're locked in combat, so I gotta wait for that to drop. Can we talk now? Nope. Toss ball. Uh-oh, lights are flickering big time. Oh, and everything just flickered. All my UPS just went rat. I think the power just almost went out. All the loading screens in Star Wars: Age of Republic, I can't take it. Good thing is they have lots of cool cinematics in that game. If they had controller support, man, I would so play Star Wars: Age of Republic on a regular basis. Fucking love that game. I just don't like playing mouse and keyboard anymore. I do not see a way up and out from that. That's a crash ship. They came down from here. They stumbled down. Alright, she is locked into a conversation here and is not talking. So I may have to reload because she's bugged out.
What in the void?
Yeah, let's just
Don't get any easier.
try not to bug this out. In a perfect world, they would do what World of Warcraft did, which is add controller support to the game. But they're never going to do it because they don't have the budget.
Ready to waste it. On your command.
Man, if I could find a modified version of one of these freaking assault rifles, these are ideal.
What in the void? Oh, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes.
We got that audio
It don't
stuttering
get any
again.
easier. What happened here?
Probably just need to reload the whole Xbox. All right,
He
now.
spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. Wait. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see.
Did it open, Sesame?
I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must have been responding to it same as us.
Well, down into the lab we go. I'm going to do a hard save, and I'm just going to restart the whole Xbox and see if that fixes it.
Is anyone there? I have been
Signaling for help incessantly?
signaling for help incessantly.
Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Because I think Star Wars: The Republic, I mean, it in my mind, it's basically it's World of Warcraft, but in Star Wars. Like, it does all the same things that World of Warcraft does. It has all the single-player storyline with multiple options for group-based content. Quick matchmaking for dungeons on multiple difficulty modes, so you get to pick how you want to play. Great cinematics. It's 100% fully voiced. All that stuff. Deep lore, yeah. Dozens of planets to visit. Spaceship combat. There's optional PvP. There's a phenomenal housing system in Star Wars: The Republic. Phenomenal cosmetic system in Star Wars: The Republic.
Nice uranium shield gadget you got there. It's not an Auntie's Choice product.
It just lacks controller support. But Broadsword has been doing great stuff. Like they've upgraded all the shaders. They've done a bunch of graphical upgrades. I mean, it's got so many things going for it. It's just the lack of controller support. And then someone out there's gonna be like, but you can play it through Steam and get controller support that way. It's not the same thing. It's not native controller support. I don't want to use somebody's hacked together Steam controller support. I want the game company to add native controller support, like Final Fantasy XIV has, and like World of Warcraft has. But those are budgetary concerns. I don't cry over spilt milk. It's
Rather
like,
not, Commander.
I still
Got
play
a
the
little
game
on
from
my
time
mind
to
at
time.
present.
Like, I just played it, what, 2-3 months ago. I was working on my, I have a Sith sorcerer who's it's the only storyline I've never completed in that game. And so every once in a while when I get the urge, like every 6 months or so, I'll log on and I'll play 5 or 6 sessions with that character. But it never goes more than that because I just get tired of mouse and keyboard. And there's always something new that I'm playing.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Giant cockroaches.
record to show that I have reported many times that these pressure valves have fallen
Ain't getting through that unscathed. Seriously, don't send me in there.
out here in the void and cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse. And who was that? Stay back, creature!
I do love the housing in Star Wars Old Republic. Personal housing, guild housing, and guild ships. Really cool housing in Star Wars Old Republic. Evacuation orders, machinery analysis, issue with the valves, outside into the cages I've provided, return to route. I can't do anything because I don't have hacking. Yep, I've got both an Imperial side ship and a Republic side ship that I own with my brother. Matter of fact, I think Bubbalonia played on the Imp side with me at some point, like maybe 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. And I think we had done some decorating on that ship. Oh, that's the other thing too, like all the seasonal content that they added to Star Wars Republic and the ship missions. Like you can do guild missions from the ship, like you can set guild directives, and that's how you earn like the cool decorations, and that's how you unlock the other sections of the ship, is by everybody in the guild participating on missions together. So it's not even about raids, it's about just here's these cool missions quests we can do and everybody's contributing, and when we complete these objectives, that's how we earn the rewards to unlock all the rest of the ship and get to decorate. Like there are some seriously people I've gone and investigated and like went and looked at some of the people who have unlocked all of the different things for their ships on that game, and they have entire, like, that's the squadron wing, that's the barracks. Like, dude, those ships are badass. Gray says, yeah, but you can't have everything is the problem, Gray. You have to specialize. You are forced to specialize. So as an example, I am a lockpick and speech character. I have in the later stages of the game, because I stopped along the way to put some points in guns and observation, which means 2 times that I leveled, I put points somewhere else other than speech and lockpicking. I have come across a lock that I couldn't pick, and I missed a speech check by 3 points. So I had 17 in speech, and it was a 20 speech check. Or I had a 16, sorry, it was 4 points. So I needed a 20, so I needed to have already maxed out my speech. That was earlier in the stream today. I found it was the first encounter I found that I couldn't get past. So if you want to be the best at something, then you have to focus. And if you spread yourself too thin, you won't be able to do anything. So they really do want you to narrow in and focus on what are 2 things that your character is really good at, and then you can sort of go from there. This character having been lockpicking and speech, it's been very awesome, but I have already said the next character I take through is going to be hacking and engineering. But I already know that by doing that, I'll be missing out on all this other stuff, which I've already seen with this character, which is fine. Because because I've been playing a lockpicking character and a speech character, I've been finding alternate routes through everything. Because I'm either picking locks and going through hatches, or I'm speeching my way through things. Whereas if I was a hacker and an engineer, I would be able to hack doors and hack robots and engineer my way around things. But they definitely, you're not allowed to do... I would not specialize in more than 2 things for your character. Like, doing engineering, hacking, lock picking, and speech all in the same character, I would not recommend that. It might serve you in the first few hours of the game, but once you start getting into like the main quest, you're going to start hitting all of these blocks of like not being able to just, in essence, you'll just have to, basically you'll be brute forcing your way through it. You'll have to fight every single encounter. You won't be able to like sneak around. You won't be able to like speech your way through things. You won't be able to hack past certain doors. You won't. You'll be forced to do combat for everything.
Rather not, Commander. Got a little on my mind at present.
Man, I wonder if... So there's definitely a tunnel that we can go through. I don't know that I can get through this at all. That does not look like there's anywhere I can safely get to. Nope, there's no way. I'm meant to go underground. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Halt the flow, that's 7 engineering, which I can't do. I'm almost dead from the... Well, I can't do it with engineering. I'm just gonna load because it's obviously I can't go down there. I don't want to have the maximum level of poison. Huh, so there's obviously gonna be a puzzle to this. Bypass the leak. Aha!
Where there's a well, there's a crawl space.
Yeah, but also a poison crawl space. This is a different crawl space.
Purpose for this clear disregard for life.
Whatever was done to these creatures was done with intent. Just hope they weren't alive long to feel it.
So I've effectively just made it past the leak, which was that right there.
What's... Hola, Ortiz?
Oh, did they turn him into some grotesque experiment? Oh, that's not good.
No. No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
We're working on it.
We don't have all the facts yet to explain this. Don't give up hope just yet.
Lots of bodies experimented on. Somebody took the, grafting to a whole nother level, I'm thinking.
notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but no. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time.
Man, Ortiz must have had identical surgeries.
That's what I'm figuring. The graft placement and composition look exactly the same. And went wrong exactly the same, I'd reckon. Void, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me.
Wait, this isn't normal for Auntie's Choice? Oh no, I like this. They are you. Auntie's Choice left you to die after your graft failed, remember?
That ain't true. It weren't abandonment. It was breakage. I knew what would happen should anything go wrong. It made me a liability. It endangered my unit. I can't blame anyone else when I knowingly accepted the risks.
That sounds to me like you were just looking for an excuse to make yourself feel better. That's the oldest trick in the book. They exploit you and then say you signed up for it.
You don't know what you're talking about. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming.
Are you gonna be okay?
My aim's steady, if that's your concern. I'm sorry. I'll be fine once we breathe fresh air again. Just need this to be over.
I need it to make sense. Welcome to the jungle. We got lots of labs.
Silenced biomass pistol. Ecological laboratory findings. Nursing the ursopod. It has come to my attention that my colleagues have hypothesized I am one beat short of a functioning abacus. I'm pleased to report I've disproved such hypotheses. That is a frickin' flying ant. In the event of malfunction, the subject should be immediately contained and kept under observation. Surplus subjects. Curtis Ortiz. Signs of slow failure. Subject refused observation. Release granted after 8 days.
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted here!
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face. Oh, look left. That ursopod's mighty riled.
Yeah, I don't like the looks of this one bit. Let's take stock of our options before running ahead into teeth and claw.
Oh, so I have multiple ways of getting down there. That's a big bear. I don't know what's the other direction. Well, come here. I know I need more ammo for this gun. This is... long rounds? Yes.
Ain't keen to chat, Commander. I gotta find...
Running with you reminds me of my old days with this. Sure, Paul.
Nothing. Man? Native species. Sunrise web is decreased by 25%. Now let's look at medium. Nothing. Heavy, nothing. Helmet. The Lonesome Ranger. Between the eyes. So what else could I put in here? Do I have a... extra holster? Long rounds. That's enough for now. I actually want to switch helmets right now, finally. That's right. They call me the Space Cowboy. Alright. Don't worry, I won't quit my day job.
What wretched work. Poor creatures ain't got an idea what's in store for them.
These cage doors, I can't do that. Look at that. There's a lockpick I can't pick, so I came across because I've not specialized enough. So there's a lock I can't get to without a key card. Critter catchers, a high-powered expendable program, not a toy. This gun was regularly kept fun. So there's a gun in there. Called the critter or something.
Another maintenance hatch above us, if we're apt to sneak about.
Yeah, I'm looking for a. Don't forget that there's that cage in that there's that case in here because there's going to be a key card somewhere I'm going to need. So I'm going to get into that. Hang on, I accidentally got rid of my sniper rifle because I changed hats.
Getting past those Ursopods won't be easy. When you turn mean, real fast.
I don't think I'm getting past it, to be honest with you. What is that thing right there?
Guns cocked and loaded.
That did not do what I wanted it to do.
Recharging as fast as I can, Commander!
You luck to hit the wrong side of a freighter.
Release me at once, please. I'm so worried that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Well, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
You've got your 6 in this. Do what you need to.
Do what you need to do, girl. I'm assuming I could have like somehow shot that or dropped it or something. I don't know. I shot it and it didn't drop, so. Speedy machine gun. There was also the ability to come through this way, but that door's locked off. We're not going to deal with the doctor quite yet. I'll be right back, sir. I don't think I can get back up there, can I? Come on now. gonna go around really quick. And now I'm gonna have to go listen to some Steve Miller Band today.
Let me. Commander, you're bleeding.
No shit. Raptor sack.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help.
Where are you looking, girl? Post-operative stimulant. I need medical to be able to do that. I don't know that I can help it without... The cub is at peak health. Like, I don't think I can operate the centrifuge. Without a medical skill. Yeah, I have the extract, but no medical skill to operate it. Yeah, unfortunately. Alright, by the way, was that... I don't think that was the card for this thing, was it? Yes, it was. Critter Catcher. It is a low lethality tranquilizer. Perfect game for little game hunter. Perfect weapon, excuse me, for little game hunter. Okay. Fortunately, I don't think I can do anything here because I don't have medical skills. And I can't get out of here because I need an override. So I have to go back around to the hatch. That's a key card from the doctor. Intermittent service, Grave. Watching on the road. Evacuation order, so he's not leaving.
wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch Ursapod. Yet, here you are. What a show!
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are! What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot.
Just a doctor. Nice try. We found records that prove he underwent surgery here.
Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it.
Sponsor?
I dared not ask too many questions.
What were you trying to do with... Who's the sponsor? Yeah, that's better.
He's some manner of executive. I don't know his name or official title, I swear. My orders came down the long, long chain of command. I'm only doing what I was told.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourned every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better.
For the better. It's always for the better, right? Been hearing a lot of homicidal freaks use that excuse lately.
If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive.
That device any good at stopping a bullet?
Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to brutalize me, all of my research and knowledge will be gone. Forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering I could prevent. Do you truly want to be the one to stand in the way of progress?
So you do realize that your subject suffered greatly.
Of course I do. Ask your associate here if her grafting session was as pleasant as a creekside picnic. I acknowledge my subject's pain whilst also acknowledging its necessity. It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Fuck Auntie's bottom line. One day maybe I'll grow wings and fly.
Soon he'll be saying he can bring folk back from the grave. It's nothing but lies.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted,
I gotta
disgraced.
Go check on a cat
It was
really
horrible
quick
business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
I'll be right back.
You don't know anything about what I want.
He's just trying to save his ass. Don't believe him.
You've not even heard my offer. Were you a true friend or associate or whichever, you'd let her decide for herself.
Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before?
If she doesn't shoot this guy, I'm going to shoot him for
You're no more righteous
her.
than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No, no. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again?
You're already making something of yourself, Inez. You don't need him.
I appreciate that, Commander. But I still ain't so sure that's true. We've grown close, you and I. And you know full well I ain't keen to ask for help.
This is all going to be on me. They're going to make me make the
I can't
decision.
afford a mistake.
She can't be a big girl.
I could spare this doctor, explore this research's potential, but if I kill this man and exact retribution for Ortiz, I'll never know for sure what that research might have wrought. And if I do that, there'll be no going back for me. But after all we've seen, how could I call myself one of Auntie's own? Would I even want to?
There's only one way to ensure this never happens again, is letting him go worth the risk.
No, it's not. I was fooling myself thinking otherwise.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't shoot me. We were in the midst of negotiating.
I have no need for negotiating, Doctor. You brought this on yourself.
Boom! Shakalaka!
Let's just take what we need and get out. I can't stand the sight of this place any longer.
Well, we got his key card. Proud of you, girl. You did it for yourself. He died as he lived. Oh, man, this guy was a dick. Well, we still didn't find out who the mysterious man behind the whole project was, though. Alright, where was I supposed to be able to use the key card? There was... Was it over here? There was like a door or something. What just opened? That door just opened. No, it's not a door. Some door opened, I heard it. How the hell do we get out of here, if other than the vent that we came in? Because these are all I have a key card, but it doesn't allow me to open that door over there. It's very interesting. There's not like anything here to like open all the doors. Huh. I think I have. Wait. Is that? Yeah, but that's. Yeah, the door is blocked. I can't do that. This open. I think I have to go back through the vent. Which is kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. There was definitely another door, though. One that required the key card. Over ha. Biomass. Protective undersuit. Fat cat armor. Interesting. Oh. Out the door I went. So I'm reading a message over on Twitter. It looks like Warhorse has confirmed they are done with Kingdom Come Deliverance as a franchise. If this is to be believed, this is supposedly from like a Reddit thread where Toby posted. I haven't tracked it down here. It says a new patch focusing on quality of life improvement, stabilization, crash fixes will be released alongside the DLC for the future and farewell. It says the DLC marks the end of the KCD1 and KCD2 vision the developers had when they pitched the Kickstarter project in 2014. The DLC and the company patch released on November 11th on all platforms. This is apparently the end of KCD history because Sir Toby says that after the holidays, Warhorse will be moving on to its new project, Full Throttle. And the only thing he can say at the moment is that he confirms it will be an RPG game, along with the statements that it marks the end of the KCD1 journey that they pitched with the Kickstarter project. So, I don't care what they work on next. I honestly hope it's something different. I don't want them to do another Kingdom Come Deliverance game. I would love it to be something completely different. Damn, Slander's already on his second playthrough. Oh, he did an early like review copy. Gotcha. I was like, wait, what? I haven't even finished my playthrough. Where are we supposed to go? Return to Ethel's lab. Where the frack was Ethel's lab? Fairfield. Oh, that's right. Back on the other planet. All right. Yep, one day left. Tomorrow is the Game Pass release. Yep. Tomorrow at what, 10 a.m. Central or 10 a.m. Pacific?
So many loading screens. Ugh.
Auntie's Choice is the proud maker of Spacer's Chaw, Zero G Brew.
All these rifts got everyone riled up.
Told my manager, a man is not a slice of nanner, Mr. Overby. Then I said, I am more than...
A man is not a slice of nanner, Mr. Overby.
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up?
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good.
I got a device that might help stabilize what I got going on up on the shoulder. Ought to let me use my graft all the more often. Think you can install it?
Oh, well, this device is unusual and rather ingenious, if I may say so. Hold still, dear. This should take but a moment. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. Where did you find such a device, anyhow? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know.
Did you know the grafting program was still going?
Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumb to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive, cowering. I killed him, and let his sick aims die along with him. There's no good that can come of his work. Nothing.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all
That's right, we
Inez,
do.
I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss...
There we go.
A unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
How about a name?
His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
Doc, with all due respect, what I do with him when I get there is my own damn business.
I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the undisputed claim.
Oh,
the
I gotta go back
flagship
to that
of Auntie's
annoying
choice.
ship.
I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, all I ask is that you remain safe. A terrible wrong has been done, but do not throw your life away to right it. You might seek justice via other means.
I can't promise anything, Doc, but I'll try. Thank you for everything.
All right. Well, we know what we have to do next. Niles, come here.
Zeb always wanted to bring change to Arcadia. Sure.
And we're gonna upgrade little old Inez. Okay. When it's because a human or creature a medicine pack drops to the target, walking over it will reach your medicine packs. Pick part of their own. Nope. I will take her auto loader. Oh, I can only do this one. I haven't done the second one yet. Never mind. Corrosive damage. Much quieter. Reason likely enemies will attack her. Yes. Okay. Oh, I have a whole bunch of stuff I need to break down and sell and use for different things. But that's going to be for next time, everybody, because I am wrapping up the morning stream. I need to go make breakfast and coordinate with my wife because she's got to go to the city today with my grandniece and her sister for a doctor's appointment. And I got to take care of all the animals. I'm on solo solo homestead duty for the day. So I got to coordinate with her to figure out what all the things are that I need to do today. I will be back with a second stream at some point later on in the day, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, go forth, have a great day. Thanks for being here, everybody. And if you're watching on Kick or Twitch, make sure to follow along on YouTube because everything in between happens over there, including all the guides. And I've got some more guides I'm going to work on today. So I'll see you then.